I want to tell you about a guy named Daniel. He's a mechanic from a small town in Ohio. Nothing special about his story, at least not at first. In 2019, he had $800 sitting in his savings account. That was pretty much it. He wasn't rich, he wasn't connected, he didn't have a real estate license or a finance degree. He had $800 and a little bit of curiosity. And one afternoon, he drove down to his county courthouse, filled out a couple of forms, and walked out as the owner of 40 acres of land. I'll say that again. 40 acres. For $800. That same land, as of today, is appraised at over $47,000. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds too good to be true. I thought the same thing the first time I heard it. But it's not a loophole. It's not a trick. It's a system that has existed in this country for over 100 years, and almost nobody talks about it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how it works, and more importantly, how you can use it too. So let's start at the beginning. Every year, in every single county across America, some property owners stop paying their taxes. Life happens. People move away, pass away, lose interest, or simply walk away from land they no longer care about, and the county is left holding the bill. Because here's the thing, local governments run on property tax money. That's how they pay for schools, roads, fire departments. When that money stops coming in, they have a problem. So what do? They take the property back, and then they sell it. Not through a real estate agent, not on Zillow or Realtor.com, at a public auction, open to anyone, where the minimum bid is set at whatever back taxes are owed, not the market value of the land, not what it's worth, just the debt. So if a landowner owes $800 in back taxes on a 40-acre parcel, that parcel goes up for bid starting at $800. And if nobody else wants it, it's yours. That's the system Daniel used. It's called a tax delinquent auction, and it happens in thousands of counties across this country every single year. Now here's the part that really surprised me when I first learned this. These auctions are completely public. Anyone can attend. Anyone can bid. The lists of properties are published ahead of time, usually 30 to 60 days before the sale. You don't need a special membership. You don't need to know the right people. You just need to know where to look. Here's exactly how to find them. Go to the official website of whichever county interests you. Look for the tax assessor or tax collector section. Then search for terms like tax sale, tax lien sale, or delinquent property auction. Most counties post a full list of every property going up for sale, parcel numbers, addresses, acreage, minimum bid, all of it. Download that list. Then take each parcel and research it. Pull it up on Google Maps. Find it on the county's GIS mapping system. See what's around it. Check if there's road access. That's it. Seriously, that's the whole process to find these properties. It's free, it's legal, and most people have no idea it exists. Okay, but finding a property is only half the battle. Before you ever raise your hand at an auction, you need to do your homework. Every single time. There are 4 things you need to check on any parcel. No exceptions. The first one is road access. Can you actually get to this land from a public road? This sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised. Some parcels are completely surrounded by other private land. No way in, no way out. These are called landlocked parcels, and they're basically worthless. If a property doesn't have legal road access, move on immediately. Second, zoning. What is this land legally allowed to be used for? Is it agricultural, residential, recreational? This matters because zoning controls everything. what you can build, what you can do, what you can sell it as. You can find zoning information on the County Planning Department's website. It's always free. Third, additional liens. Here's one people get burned by. Sometimes a property has other debts attached to it beyond just the back taxes. Mechanics liens, HOA debts, municipal violations. Before you bid, call the county recorder's office and ask directly. A parcel that looks like a $500 deal could have $15,000 in hidden debt behind it. And fourth, comparable sales. What is similar land actually selling for in that area? Jump on LandWatch, Lands of America, or even Facebook Marketplace. Search for similar acreage nearby and see what people are actually paying. This tells you instantly whether you're looking at a deal or just a cheap piece of land that's cheap for a reason. Check all four, every time. No shortcuts. Now, let's talk about what you actually do with the land once you own it. Most people who buy at tax auctions use one of three strategies. The first, and probably the most popular, is flipping. You buy it cheap at auction. You do some basic research to confirm the value. Maybe you clear a little brush or get a survey done. Then you list it on LandWatch or Lands of America at or near market value and you sell it. This is what Daniel did. He paid $800. He listed the land 6 months later at $52,000. He sold it for $47,000. Think about that for a second. On a traditional stock investment, a 10% annual return is considered excellent. Daniel made a 5,000% return in 6 months. The second strategy is simply holding. Raw land appreciates over time, especially in areas where people are moving to. Rural communities have been growing steadily since 2020. People want space, quiet, and land. If you buy cheap land in the right area and hold it for 5 or 10 years, the numbers can be very, very good. And the annual taxes on cheap rural land? Often under $100 a year. The third strategy is income generation. Hunters will pay to lease land for deer season. Farmers will pay to graze livestock on open acreage. Campers and outdoors people will pay for a private spot to set up for a weekend. Some landowners are making $300, $400, $500 a month from land they paid a few $100s for. 3 completely different paths. All of them starting from the same county auction. Let me finish Daniel's story. Spring of 2019. Daniel shows up to his county's annual tax sale. He is nervous. He has never done anything like this before. There are 11 people in the room. 11. A 40-acre wooded parcel comes up. No structures, no utilities, no improvements, back taxes owed $800. The auctioneer opens the bidding. Silence. Nobody moves. Daniel raises his hand. That's it. No competition. No bidding war. He wrote a check for $800 and became the legal owner of 40 acres. 6 months later, after clearing some of the brush and pulling a basic survey, he listed it on LandWatch. A family from Columbus had been looking for recreational land, somewhere to hunt, camp, and get away on weekends. They paid $47,000. Daniel still goes to every county tax sale in his region. He's purchased 11 properties since that first one. He still works as a mechanic. Not because he has to, because he genuinely loves it. Before you go, I want to make sure you don't make the mistakes that trip up most beginners. There are 3 big ones. The first is buying blind. It is incredibly tempting to see a low minimum bid and just go for it. Don't. A piece of land can look perfect on a county map and turn out to be a swamp, a cliff face, or a landlocked lot with 0 access. Research. Every single parcel before you bid. No exceptions. The second mistake is ignoring redemption periods. This one catches a lot of people off guard. In many states, even after a tax sale, the original property owner has a window of time to reclaim their land by paying back the taxes plus interest. This window can last anywhere from a few months to 3 full years, depending on the state. Know your state's redemption laws before you spend a dollar. And the third mistake, overbidding. Tax auctions have a way of getting competitive. The energy in the room, the back and forth, the fear of losing, it can push you past your number before you even realize it. Before you walk into any auction, write down your maximum bid for each property. Put it in your pocket. And do not cross that number no matter what happens in that room. There will always be another auction. There will always be another deal. Never let one parcel cost you more than it's worth. All right, now you know the full picture. How tax delinquent auctions work. How to find them. How to research a parcel before you bid. And the 3 ways people are turning cheap land into real money. This is happening right now, in counties all across this country. Most of those auction rooms are nearly empty. If this is something you want to learn more about, subscribe. We put out a new video every week looking at raw land, tax delinquent properties, and the hidden opportunities most people walk right past. Next week, the 5 states where you can still buy raw land for under $1,000 an acre in 2026. You're going to want to see that one.